I married my high school sweetheart, and we were 13 when we started dating.
Wow. Okay.
Got married at 21, divorced at 31. Had I done things better, right? I know I wouldn't have got divorced. Had I really learned myself and really like slowed down and made sure that I was ready, I think divorce would have never been on the table. What's up, GP fam? It's your host, RJ, here for another exciting episode of Going Public. How many of y'all are just tired of the dating apps? Tired of like getting ghosted? Tired of just having these failed talking stages? Well, guess what? Tonight, we have in studio the woman who is the founder of Dady, the one who is out to fix Dallas's dating problems. Miss Abby is in studio. Abby, welcome to the studio.
Thank you. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so excited to have you, right? I feel like we've known each other for a long time.
Yeah.
But
yes.
We haven't, but we have at the same time.
Well, I feel like whenever somebody comes to Dady and I recognize their face, it feels like I know you because you're coming to something that I'm hosting. So
Absolutely.
It's fun to get this time together to really talk.
Yeah, right. And it's been some time in the making, right? We tried to book you a couple of weeks ago, maybe even a month ago, and you've just been kind of popular.
Yeah, it's been a little crazy, but I'm glad we're having this time.
Yeah, for sure. So introduce yourself. Tell us kind of what you're about and a little bit about what you're doing.
Okay, so hi, I'm Abby. I'm 28 and I have been single for 28 years. And
What?
I know, isn't that crazy?
Okay.
So I've been single for my whole life and I mean, I've dated people obviously, but I've never had a boyfriend. That's my fun fact. And because of that, I've been on the apps on and off since I graduated college. And this past summer, I was like, I'm done with the apps. I'm going to try to do something in the wild, meet people, put myself out there. And Dady was really born out of my own frustration with my dating life. And I was on the trail one day here in Dallas walking by myself. And I just thought there were so many cute guys and girls on the trail. And I thought, there's got to be a way to combine dating with something we're all already doing, which was walking the trail. Okay. So at the time, it was the Dady Trail. We hosted our first event at the end of June, and we've kind of snowballed into just Dady, and we really pop up at different places in Dallas now to have kind of social happy hours. So it's morphed into that, but it was really born out of something that I needed out of my own life. Yeah.
So I think I first found you on TikTok.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
how a lot of people have found us.
The algorithms are crazy. Maybe like the world knew like RJ's looking for somebody, right?
Yeah.
And then here you come. And so like, how did you just start it though? Like, right? I know you said that you've seen people on the trail, but like, how did you come up with the idea of?
Yeah. So it really was funny because I still have the screenshot from my walk, because normally when I walk by myself, I'm just thinking the entire time of future and life and ideas I'm having. So normally I write down things in my notes, my whole walk. Okay. And so I literally just jotted down in my notes, like dating on the trail, should I plan it? ? And just sat on it. And then that night posted on TikTok, said, I hope this reaches the audience that I wanted to, which is Dallas singles.
Yeah.
It did. And so from there, I was like, okay, it needs a name. I need to think of something with a name. My friends are all really creative. Yeah. Put it in my group chat. My best friend from middle school was like, you should call it the Dady Trail. I was like, perfect, genius. Yeah. Another one of my really good friends was like, you should have a wristband aspect so people know that you're there. So it was really collaborative with how it started with like, how are we going to identify people are there for the event? And then I was like, well, I think there should be a happy hour after the walk. So if people met someone on the walk, there's somewhere for people to go. Yeah. And I really thought maybe 50 people would show up. I mean, it's one thing to go viral, but another thing for people to actually take time to attend what you're talking about. We're all busy, like life happens. And so I had just shouted out, oh, we should have it at Berkeley's on Knox, and talked to the GM and was like, hey, I put this out on TikTok. I have no idea how many people will show up, maybe 100. And we went through our first 300 wristbands in 20 minutes. And I was like, oh, shoot. Okay. Wow. And so at that first event, we had almost 900 people.
That's insane.
Which was crazy. But it just goes to show that I think being single can feel like such a lonely experience.
Absolutely.
But then you go to something like that and everybody was there for the exact same reason, which was the apps aren't working. Let's go do something and try to fix it.
No, I think it's so like counterculture, right? Everybody's like, oh no, I'm going to just do myself. I'm tired of dating. Yeah. But the truth is people are like lovesick. Like they really want to find love.
Well, my sister sent me this stat that was like, this is the most, it's something with our generation of the least intimate generation ever, because people just aren't dating. at all. People are just alone.
Yeah. And not just to talk about the physical, I heard a stat too, that 60% of married couples are having sex less than 2 times a week. Some less than 2 times a month.
Wow.
Because like they just, I think
Can't
people
connect.
are, right, they can't connect.
Yeah.
Or they're afraid of getting hurt. Right. So I've been single for a while too. I used to self-sabotage relationships because I wanted to control the pain and the hurt. So if you started like showing any signs of like, hey, you're bouncing or you're cheating or whatever, I would self-sabotage and bounce before you could hurt me.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think like culturally people are like that. They're afraid to fall in love because they're afraid to fall hurt or in victim of love. Right.
Yeah.
But they all want it.
Yeah.
That's why people are showing up. Right.
Yeah.
Like in just the vibe of like, so GP fam, I've been to 4 of her events. They're all amazing. My favorites are the 35 plus, right? Because I'm a little older. But no, the vibe is just amazing.
It's so fun.
Right? It's just like people are there, like they're not judging each other. They're just like almost like, okay, this is a common ground.
Yeah.
We're all here. We're all looking for something. It's different when you know somebody's single than it is when I know somebody's single and looking.
Yeah,
right?
that's so true.
Right? And so you built this stage where people can just come vulnerable and expectant at the same time.
No, I think that's such a great way to put it because you can be single, but not in the place for a relationship. But if you're at Dady, the goal was to take the fear out of going up to somebody because that's definitely happened to me before where I've seen somebody cute. I've gone up and they're like, I'm so sorry. Like I have a girlfriend, but like I'm flattered. Thanks. And not that it's embarrassing, but it's a little like, okay. And
it is. It's cringe.
Yeah.
Right?
You're like, I just shouldn't have said anything. And so if you're at Dady, you are single. And not only are you single, but you're there because you're interested. I just don't think anybody's at Dady being like, but I'm just looking for something casual, It's really meant because you're ready for something more.
Well, I guess that's the hope, right? Of the people who get the tickets. Most of the time they're free, right? But
most of the time they're free.
You have to like sell them or whatever, right? Just so you get like a feel.
Yeah, because our second event, I didn't do any ticketing and we had 1,700 people come and it was too many people. So now we started charging a little bit here and there just because I've noticed that they're free and then they'll sell out. But then the night of, we're missing like 150 people. And I think that's because there's no stake in it. So we did an event last week that it was $5 to come. And so
that was like the game deal, right?
The game day. Yeah. So have like a little bit of stake just because I feel bad for the people that don't get tickets that wanted a ticket and the people that did get a ticket that don't show.
Well, that's me, right? I'm always DMing you, Abby, save me a ticket, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Well, you always have it in.
But no, so I just love it. So going back to people not showing up, have you found it being more on the women's side or on the men's side?
I mean, that's a great question. I really haven't noticed either or. It's mainly because I'll just ask the bouncer, like, where are we at? And they're like, oh, we're at blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, hello, we sold this many tickets. Where are the other people? So no, I haven't. But I think if I had to guess, it's probably the men because I would think.
No, for sure.
Yeah. Because
so the first event I went to was at, what was it called?
Was it Hall Arts, the hotel? Chelsea Corner. Yeah.
Chelsea Corner,
yes,
right?
Because you came up to me and I was like, oh my God, the podcast.
Yeah. So I'm walking in. I took my brother. He had just moved here from San Diego.
Okay.
He's super stoked. 10 years younger, better looking, better shape, all the things, right? But he's single. So we go and the bouncer's like, dude, it's a great night. I'm like, why? What's up? He's like, it's like 5 to 1 in here. I said, what? And he's like, yeah, 5 women to every 1 male right now. And so I've noticed like sometimes when you promote it, like the women's tickets like sell out in like seconds. Almost, right?
Yeah.
So like, do you feel like the need for men to like, if they have stake in the game, right, they'll show up, or are they just like forgetful, or are we scared as men? Are we?
I think it's a little bit of everything that you just said. I think that, well, the game day, we had a really good ratio. And I think that's because it was doing something that guys would probably already doing on their Saturday.
Yeah.
And it was combining, again, something we're all already doing with dating. So you're watching football on a Saturday morning. Great. Combine it with the dating event. So I think that's why it was really successful with the guys. But I think that if you don't necessarily have somebody to go with, if maybe you're feeling insecure, you're feeling weird, guys, I think, are the first to dip. Whereas I feel like girls, I don't know, have more of a confidence in that of like, okay, even if I'm going by myself, I'll go. If I don't like it, I'll leave. But I don't think guys think that way sometimes. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that guys, the ratio is still something that I'm always working towards. And I feel like we're getting better. But then Fort Worth, we're having trouble getting guys because I feel like the Dallas market, people know us now. People talk about it. People are aware that it's happening.
But a great venue, like it's Billy Bob's, right?
Yeah, it's Billy Bob's, and it'll be so much fun. So ticket sales, like we started, they were better today, but women sold out really fast. So
okay, so now we got to get into the story, right?
Okay,
like, a little bit, right? So I'm super convinced of this, right? And of course, at your events, I've met people, right?
Yeah.
Nothing has stuck.
Okay.
Right?
Well, you're always like social butterfly. Like whenever I go and say hi to you, you're always like, what's up with everybody?
And it's also like, and I need to make sure that I'm not being flirtatious when I think I'm being friendly.
That's
right.
My problem my whole life, literally.
And so like, if I go to an event like that Chelsea's deal, I saw like 3 women just like, almost like if they were sad, like they weren't getting approached, and they were beautiful.
Yeah.
Right. And so I was like, hey, let me buy you a drink.
Yeah.
And they were excited. Of course, I didn't feel like I was invested or interested, but I wondered if they thought I was because I did that, right?
Probably. I think
because of the event, right?
Because of the event. But I also think, I don't know, probably for the event, yeah. But if a guy randomly came up to me and was like, can I buy you a drink? I would probably be like, yeah, he's in love with me.
Right. And so I gotta like, so that's what I do like on the side is I talk to men, right?
Yeah.
Like I mentor men because I was an F-boy for so long, right? And so now
you're recovering.
So now that I'm not, I don't have any withdrawals, I promise you, right? But I gotta be careful that I don't love bomb when I'm barely getting to know somebody.
Yeah.
Because like Drake says, I'm a certified lover boy, right? So like I do the things that someone's never going to have to doubt if RJ's interested in them.
Yeah.
Right. I get that from my dad. My dad is still a super romantic guy. My mom is like the happiest woman in the world.
Oh,
all these things. They're seriously like the vehicle of hope or love, right? Like if they were out of love, love is not existent, right? So I have that. But I got to make sure that I'm not love bombing as I'm pursuing. Yeah. Right. And then also like I'm trying to navigate as a single man at 41, what is pursuing and what is getting to know. And I don't know that balance yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that completely makes sense.
And so, cause like I did the dating apps, right? And gosh, it's for me, dating apps birth only attraction, right?
Yeah.
Half of us don't read the bio or the profile.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
just
cute.
looking at photos.
You're cute. Oh, whatever. I like this trait about you or whatever. And then like once we meet up, or if we even get past like the messaging stage, we meet up and like, oh, I don't like you at all, right?
Or like you don't look the same, or you lied about your height, or
that's
something.
it. Like, okay, so men, we lie about our height. Yeah. Right? Women, y'all lie about.
Probably there's a lot of Facetune, I would think, going on of like shape shifting, I would think.
Yeah.
Like photo
angles,
editing.
Right? Like all the angles and like, y'all's boobs are bigger and your butts are bigger.
Totally. You're like, I have a BBL, but like only in my photos.
Right, exactly. And then guys show up at 5'4" and they're saying that they're 6'1".
Yeah. I mean, I've always said the apps to me are so transactional because I feel like it's the same conversation most likely with everyone of like, when did you move to Dallas? What do you do for work? If you get off the app, it's literally a miracle. And then if you actually meet and you have a good time, it's like a needle in a haystack in my experience, because
you don't want to hear my first, like, okay, this woman, I can't say her name. I only wish her the best, but it was my second day on Hinge. Okay. Second. Right? Okay. I had barely moved to Dallas. I'm going to say it again. Second day. Right. And we vibed. We liked each other, whatever, matched. We go to, I think, to dinner the next day or the day after. Right. So I'm 4 days in now. Right.
Okay.
So we sit there. She's attractive. I'm not ugly. And we're having a good conversation. The vibe is right. Yeah. And it's in Fort Worth, actually. Okay. And we're vibing, and it's time to go, right? So I'm walking her to her car, and she was like, so are we going to do this? And I was like, what? What do you mean? And I was super nice because I was also like caught off. Like, what do you mean? And she says, like, relationship. Like, are you ready? And I said, well, hold up. Like, you're my first date. Like, I'm still trying to like figure out who I like, right? Yeah. And she goes to like slap me. Abby, I'm not joking. She goes, and I'm like, whoa, like, thank God I have a boxing background. Like, she missed, and I'm like, hey, like, what's up? Like, she was like, you're probably one of those guys that can't commit. And I was like, hey, like, hold up. Like, this is like our first ever time seeing each other. And I've been on the dating app for like 2 days. this is day 4 completely.
Yeah.
And she was like, never talk to me again. And she slams the door.
Oh my gosh.
Right. So instantly you would think, RJ, you're done with Hinge, right? I'm not. I'm lovesick, right? So I'm my second one, Abby. I kid you not. The Lord is my witness. And I told you before the show, I like energy. I like just the persistence of women.
Yeah.
So this one girl, like she was messaging me. She sent me like the rose or whatever, which has instant access,
that
right?
rose.
That rose is deadly, right?
So bad.
Right. Like you said, like if I buy you a drink, I'm in love with you, right? But if you send me a rose, we're getting married type thing.
Yeah.
So she sends me a rose and she's very persistent, very not aggressive, but she's just making it known her energy is very consistent. And I like that. And but I was not really interested. I just liked her energy. And she was like, hey, let's go to B-Dubs. Let's just have wings and a drink and watch the game. Cool. If anybody ever invites me, whether you're pretty or I'm not interested, I'm going to show up, right?
Yeah.
So I go there and I promise you, I think we're only 1 drink in. I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt. I think we're 2.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
She leans over, Abby, and she says, impregnate me.
No.
I am not kidding you. I promise you. And I know what I heard, but I gotta clarify that I heard what I heard, right?
No, that's insane.
And so I said, what? And she said it again, impregnate me. And I said, if I've ever been turned off, it's like
It's
right now, right now, right?
Yeah.
And I said, the date is over. Like, yeah. And thank God I did not pick her up. But
thank God.
Yeah, so it was that.
Well, my first date, similar, ever in Dallas.
Okay.
I had just moved from San Francisco. I've been in Dallas a little over 3 years now, but I was, maybe like a week here. And I had been dating somebody in San Francisco. When I left, I was like heartbroken. And when I got here, I was like, I'm going to be on Hinge, new babe pool, as they say, and she's the man. And and so I match with this guy. He was so cute. We go out for drinks. We're having the best time. And I'm like, shoot, I really am enjoying him. And I was really just looking to like rip off the Band-Aid and go on a first date and not actually like somebody. But I'm really liking him. And so at the end of the date, he was like, can I ask you a question? I was like, sure. And he was like, actually, no, I don't think I'm going to ask you. I was like, you've already made it this far. Like, just ask me. He goes, how often do you like to have sex? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
And he was like, I'm asking you this because, or no, I said, why are you asking me this? And he's like, I'm asking you this because depending on your answer is whether or not this will work for me. And
this is first date.
We're like an hour in and we're just meeting for
give
drinks.
me the back. Hold on. Give me the back. Like before y'all met up, right? Was it like a couple of days?
This was 3 years ago now. So I really don't remember. Maybe we talked for a few days if I had to guess.
But it wasn't months or...
No. It was like probably a few days. And so I really did not.
Guys, don't do that. Okay.
Please don't. Like, oh dear God. And so he said that and I was like, well, I'm just going to be honest. Like, I really thought you were great. Really was having a good time. But like, I'm really not interested. Like if that's something that you're asking me. And he was like, well, I didn't mean it any type of way. I was like, no, you meant it in a way to gauge like how soon I'll sleep with you, what type of person I am. And I was like, I'm just not interested in this. And I was like, I'm going to go. And so I remember he walked me to my car and he's like, I really hope to see you again. I was like, I doubt it.
I hope to not see you again.
Well, so what's crazy is like a year later, he texted me. He was like, hey, I've been thinking about you. Would you want to grab a drink again? And I was like, people say weird stuff and sure, like I'll give you.
I'm about to get on to you. Go ahead.
No,
keep on.
No, this was bad. Like I should not have gone. But I was like, you know what? People can change. And like, maybe he's had a lapse of judgment.
Yeah.
So stupid. It's such a waste of my time. I go, he's like 15 minutes late. I should have left. And he rolls up and he's like, hey, I'm so glad we made it. I was like, oh, okay. Well, how's your day? And he's like, I can't believe you wanted to go out with me again. I was like, okay, I'm just here because you like asked me to be here. And I was like, I hope that you learned your lesson from the last time I saw you. I was like, what you said to me was diabolical and crazy. He was like, yeah, I've never done that again. And so we ended up having like a good time. this is where I went wrong. And so we had a good time. And then he was like, do you want to go on a walk on Sunday? And I was like, sure. He was really cute. So I said yes. And Sunday comes and he's like, I don't think I'm going to be able to make it. I just didn't respond. I was like, okay, if you're canceling last minute, like I'm really not interested. Yeah. Then he texted me like 3 days later. He's like, can't stop thinking about you. Want to do something this weekend? I literally responded. I was like, I think you have issues because this is weird. So probably a year after that, I ran into him at a bar. He was like, Abby. I was like, no, bye.
That's so funny because like we've all done it. We've all given people a second, third chance.
Totally.
Because they're cute or she's sexy or whatever.
Yeah.
I go back to like what you said when he was about to ask that first question. Mm-hmm. I think that was his approach from the jump, right?
Yeah, like, probably.
Because being who I used to be, right, we would like set up the question.
Yeah.
And be like, oh, no, I don't need to ask. Hoping the woman would, go ahead and ask.
Yeah.
Here's the freedom to ask whatever.
Totally.
And we're just going to gauge how easy she is, right?
Yeah. And that's really what I think it was.
That's 100%.
Yeah. And it's just, I mean, dating is so... it's so crazy what people, I think they can get away with now. And I think from my generation and just the men that I've gone out with is that like manners are dead. That's really what I've noticed is that.
No, you're right.
It's just non-existent. I think a lot of guys look at dating as, what can you do for me? And like, you're kind of lucky to be here with me. And I'm in the position of like, I'm sorry, you're lucky to be here with me. Like, what are you doing? Right. And so, actually within the breaking story, within the last, 24 hours, probably last week, I met a guy at Dady last week. And we had, been talking all week. I was really excited. Was like, he's super fun and really nice. And I went out of town. I was in Kansas City. Mm-hmm. He's like, I want to pick you up from the airport. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so great. I texted him my flight info yesterday. Mm-hmm. He was like, doesn't say sorry. He's like, I have to work late. Could we do coffee tomorrow? I was like, okay. And so, but I was like, things happen, whatever. I wake up this morning. I'm ready. Like we're meeting at 8:00. He texted me at 7:50. I just woke up. I literally just didn't even respond. I was like, okay.
Yeah, like, no, that's
twice
not cool.
in like 12 hours. I'm just not interested. And I think I was kind of love bombed because this whole week was like, can't wait to see you. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just like, what kind of freak are you? It's so weird.
It goes back to, I think you said your generation, but it's also like, I'm on that cusp of that same generation, mm-hmm. right? My dad said something really wise. He says, you guys, and because my dad is like 21 years older than, he's like, you guys only know how to holler at women through a text message.
Yeah.
We had to write it down or actually be men, excuse my language, and grab our nuts and go talk to her.
100%.
Right. So now it's so hard to discredit these guys, right? But they were never taught.
Yeah.
So they go up there and they're trying to be blunt. They're trying to be funny, but it's inappropriate. Right?
Yeah.
And so he's like, no, like that's what's missing. Cause I ask my mom and dad all the time, like, how do y'all like stay in love? Like, how do y'all do
connected?
First, my mom's a pervert. She's like, because we're married and we do things. And
good for them.
Right. And they do. And it's nasty, but good and healthy. But my dad says I never stopped dating my woman.
Yeah.
Right. And so I think that's it, is like once we figure out how to do dating, which I'm so thankful that you started this, is because I think people need to figure out that.
Yeah.
Right. I think some people are trying to figure out themselves before they date.
Yeah.
Right. Or they're trying to heal in relationship instead of heal like before. But once we figure out how to date, I really believe you're onto something that's going to change like the marriage ratio of divorce.
Oh, thank you.
I really do believe that, because I think I can't say this out loud, but I want to say, I'm going to say it.
Say it. It's going public.
Right. Going public. Right. I think for me, and I only wish my ex-wife and her husband all the things perfect. Mm-hmm. Right. But I think for me, I'm not regretful that I married my person. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry that I rushed to propose. Meaning I wasn't ready as a man.
Yeah.
And I told another guest this, I only asked her at that moment because I caught wind that somebody else was going to ask his girlfriend, and we had been dating longer. And I didn't want her to feel some type of way.
Yeah.
Right. Like her time wasn't coming.
Yeah.
So I think that's it. Like we rush so much things. And like the story I was telling you before we started airing, I think we have this picture of like what life is supposed to look like at this age. And for women, I have a daughter, Sayla's 12, right?
Okay.
And she's interested in boys, right? And I got to like make sure, right? Like, right. And her brothers are like making sure these boys are not like chumps and all these things, right? But I truly believe that women, as little girls, they dream about their day. They have the tea parties with their dads, but they play house because they're in search that God's going to bring them a husband, right?
Well, and we have that maternal instinct that you're just made to feel, I feel like, from
exactly. And as men, we don't dream about marrying our woman, right?
Yeah.
We dream about catching the touchdown pass or like, you know, like saving the princess or all these things, right? Like we're more masculine. And so like, we don't know how to balance like our emotions or our feelings or what we were raised to do. But I truly believe that once people figure out how to date, that is going to change like the statistics of divorce and marriages. I really, truly believe that.
I agree. I mean, I have said for a long time that there's a whole generation of women that I feel like failed my generation of women because it's so interesting because like you said, we've really lost that art. And I think a lot of it has to do with social media and the apps, but
absolutely
of approaching people and just meeting. And I mentioned that I've been single my whole life. And I think a lot of that has to do with that I've always felt really secure in myself and really know what I want. And I'm not really interested in a project. I feel like a lot of girls like, I can fix him. I'm really not interested in a project. Like I'm sold as is.
Really?
I have my life together. I hope who I end up with has his life together too. Like I don't want to be like, okay, let's redo your closet. Let's redo this. This needs to be fixed. Like I'm not interested in that. So I think I really like my life. And I feel like I'm so of the belief that I would just rather be alone forever than have somebody that adds anything less than just like goodness to my life. And I think that's just why I've always been, I mean, like I said, I've dated people and, but it's, I don't know.
That's interesting because like your delivery does not give boss bitch movement, right? Okay. It doesn't, right? Because some people can say the exact same thing, but have this like mindset, like, I don't need a man. I do all these things, right?
Yeah.
I would flirt with the idea that they've been broken. That's why they talk like that.
Yeah.
Right. What you were saying is like, I don't want a project. I found it. So after my divorce, I've been divorced 10, 11 or 12 years. I don't remember exactly. That's terrible, right? I think 12. No, I think 10. I think it's 10. Anyways, after that, I would go to bars and I didn't mean for this to become my pickup line, but like if people approached me or whatever, I'd be like, hey, like I'm not boyfriend material and I'm sure as hell not husband material. And I found women
were like, gotcha.
Yeah, I want to settle that man down.
Totally.
Right. And so
because everybody wants to be the exception to the rule of like,
correct, right?
Changed for me.
And so now it's like, okay, I'm saying these things and now I'm finding, okay, these women are asking to buy me a drink or they're wanting to spend time with me, asking me on dates.
Yeah.
So now it has become a pickup line.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's so tough because I think at my age right now, that's why I love the 35 plus events because I feel like some of those women, not all of them, promise you not all of them, are no longer projects. Right?
Yeah.
They've healed or they've gone through life, whatever.
100%.
And although I do construction for a living and I love projects. I have tons of them. I don't want to come home to one.
100%.
Right.
Well, especially now I feel like with Dady, I'm so busy and I love that. And I used to have like my nights were pretty much always free unless it was like Friday or Saturday. Yeah. And now because I work full time, my nights are when I work on Dady. And so now if I'm going out with somebody, I'm a lot more intentional with who I'm going out with because I used to be probably a little bit too frivolous with dating and be like, oh, if you want to take me out, like, okay, I'll go. And sometimes I'd have a lot of fun because I think I'm really fun. And so I would just like have fun. And sometimes they were fun too. And like, we'd have a good time, but a lot of the times it was just like, I don't know, part of my social life. And I feel like now I just have a different perspective because well, if I go out and it's a dud and I knew that going in, then like, why did I just waste my time? I could have been doing these 3 other things for Dady. So it's made me a lot more intentional, which I'm really grateful for. But I also think it's so interesting because when you're talking about your daughter playing, you know, and she likes boys and is starting, if you would have asked my 12-year-old self, like, oh, what is Abby doing at 28? Oh, the way I have failed her. Like I would have been, I'm married. I have 3 kids. I'm a stay-at-home mom and I live in this big house and I drive the car 100%. And I mean, even if I was 18 going into college, I went to Alabama. A lot of people get engaged like their senior year at Bama and then are married by 22. If I married who I liked at 22, oh my God, like Lord help me. And so it's so interesting because I think I'm definitely not old by any means, but coming with age is I'm so happy that I am where I am because I feel like my life is so much more full because I've been by myself all this time, because I've gotten to know myself so well. Yeah. And I feel like that's why Dady has worked is I feel like I trust myself so much and I'm like betting on myself that this will work. And I feel like that comes from being single for so long is that I spent so much time by myself getting to know myself that if I have a thought, I'm like, no, it'll work because like, I got this.
Okay. Well, let's break all that down. Cause that's so like, that's gold. What you just said, right? No, for real. So I think a lot of people don't know how to say no when they get asked on a date.
Yeah.
Maybe they get like afraid, they're nervous, all the anxiety, or they just don't want to be alone. So they say yes to whatever.
Yeah.
So kudos to you for that. Next, you said you've learned yourself, right? Like, I think that's what people are really like missing is that they don't know who they are.
Yeah.
So they try to become the person they think this person needs.
Totally.
Right. And so.
Or who they should be to be an eligible partner for somebody.
Well, you just said like, if you had to go back to your 12-year-old self, how you felt her.
Yeah.
Right. I think like, because we were taught like, not verbally, but we were taught through movies or whatever, at this age, you're supposed to be this, right? And have all your crap together. And it's like, dang, life isn't like the movies anymore, right?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, kudos to you for doing that. But also, I love the dating idea of what you're doing at Dady because, like, you really are, like, allowing people to just be them. And I thought that was the neatest thing when I first showed up. This is going to sound super cocky. But
you rolled in, women loved you.
Yeah, but I didn't have to be somebody I wasn't.
100%.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where like, I've been on dates with very attractive women, but the chemistry wasn't there because I felt like, oh, I can't be myself. Right. And I mean, you're getting to know me a little bit more and I am a social butterfly. Yeah. Right. And people like to chat with me, whatever, right? Yeah. And I love my own company, right? All those things.
I'm the same.
Right. And so that's why I'm okay being single. Yeah. I don't want to be single, but I'm okay because I love myself, right?
100%.
But what you're doing.
It's so important.
It is because like so he's calling right now, but I'm not going to answer it, of course. But my twin, who looks nothing like me, but we say this, that if you don't love yourself, there's no way to love somebody else. Yeah. Right? Like
100%.
Michael Todd in this book called Relationship Goals, he talks in this chapter that you got to love thy neighbor as you love yourself. But the reason why people can't believe in love is because they don't love themselves. So when like, if you try to love me, I'm going to like bounce it off and it triggers an emotion. Yeah. So until we love ourselves, we can't fully love somebody or receive love. Yeah. And I truly believe that. But 100%. But that's why I like what I'm saying about Dady is that environment that you're setting, like you have set the temperature for people to be themselves. And I think that's why there's so many different varieties of people. Yeah. I love to see it, right?
No, it's so different. And I think I'm so happy that people come and feel that way because I feel like I'm the same on TikTok, on the podcast, at Dady that I am to my friends. And I think because it's almost, I think that's the power of social media for the good is that people come to Dady and they feel like they know me. And so if they come, it's almost like they already have a friend in me that's there. And I always try to like go up to people, say hi, like, thank you for coming. And so many people come alone. And I think it's because people are coming and are just friendly and are themselves, and it's not about putting on a show. Because like you said, you can be on dates. I mean, I've certainly been on dates before where I feel like I'm literally auditioning to be this person's girlfriend.
Right.
Because I'm like, they're so cute. They're definitely out of my league. Like, da-da-da. And that's not a good feeling. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that's an interesting perspective because I completely agree. Is I think people just come to Dady hard on their sleeve because they're at a dating event. They want to meet somebody. And it's also like, we'll figure it out if this isn't who you really are at some point, you know?
Shoot, y'all have 150 women there. Surely one of them likes RJ.
Surely one. No, it's so funny because people are always asking me like, oh, are you meeting people at Dady? And I do and I don't, because I think being the host, it's different. I've been on a few dates. Obviously, the one that canceled on me twice in the last 24 hours. But
what if he shows up?
Oh my gosh, I know. I think he's supposed to come on Saturday. I literally will be like, you have some nerve.
Can you cancel?
Right? I'm like, I tried to find his ticket.
Yeah,
Believe me, I did. I couldn't find it. Anyways, but I'm like, you know what? Whatever. You can see me come and this is my event. Just wave to you from the corner. Like, what a loser. But sorry, that was probably harsh.
No, that's because he did. He had he acted like a man and like, hey, like work is going a little bit longer. I apologize. Let's make this up. Well, the courtesy text, right? Yeah, or the phone call, right?
It's so weird. It's so weird, but wasted breath. But I forgot. But I was saying about meeting at Dady is I feel like sometimes I'm so busy hosting that I'm not really looking. And so that's something that I'm really trying to be better about is clocking people as they come in and be like, okay, I'm going to find that person later. Like they seemed really cute or something like that. So yeah, I'm going to try to be better.
So do you like to sit back and let them approach you, or do you approach?
I think it's different at Dady because I feel like I would have to be the one to approach because I'm genuinely normally like running around. I'm pulled in so many different directions because normally if I'm talking to somebody, there's somebody like standing waiting to talk to me, not in like a waiting to hit on me, but just like in a conversation kind of way. Well, I've seen
so many people like want to take pictures with you.
Yeah. Right? And I love that. Like it's so much fun and it makes me feel like Hannah Montana, like my dream as a child. Nice. And so I love it, but I think it would have to be me to go up. But I did I did shoot my shot for the first time and I was really proud of myself because I was talking to this guy and I didn't go up with the intention of like saying anything. But then as we were talking, I was like, wait, he's really nice. And so I shot my shot and he never messaged me, but I tried. And that's what matters.
We're not allowed to flip him off like on camera, but dude.
It's okay, you know? Yeah. But like people have types.
So I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
Before we go into our next segment, but do you believe that every person pays the same price for your attention?
That is such
So this guy is
question.
A 10, right? With no personality.
Yeah.
This guy's a 6 with a little bit. This guy's like a 4 with tons of personality.
Yeah.
Do you think they all pay the same price for your attention?
Gosh, I would say it's layered because I think, yeah, of course, like if there's a really cute guy that's going to approach me, I'm probably going to be like very quick to react to his attention. But I will genuinely say that I am such a personality person. So if I talk to the cute guy and he's a dud, I'll know that within the first 15 seconds, I'll move on. But then I've truly been known to show up to a date and be like, I don't know if he's that cute. And I leave and I'm like, I have found love because I just think they're interesting and funny and witty and just great. And so I think that then I'm so much more likely to give my attention, so much more of my time, I guess I would say, to the big personality because like that's what carries you through life. Looks fade. So I don't know. No, it's kind of a layered answer.
No, I love the answer, but I'm going to circle back around why you gave that guy a second chance, right?
Okay.
Is it because he was better looking than most? Did you like fall for the potential or did you fall for like the personality?
I think it was, to be honest, he had texted me. This is so funny because I remember it so clearly. I'm a big journaler. Like I write in my journal most mornings and I have since I was little. And I was literally writing my journal about like my New Year's intentions because it was like fresh January 2023, I think, or 2024. And I remember writing and be like, I want to find a boyfriend this year. Like, I'm praying, being like, please God. And he texts me and I'm like, it's God. Like,
oh my gosh.
He has sent him to me as I'm journaling. And so I think I was kind of like, oh, maybe he was cute. He was weird with his question, but I had so much fun until the end. Like, so
did he just screw up with that question?
And that's what I was thinking, was like, maybe he just screwed up and maybe he was a little drunk. Like, I have no idea, even though I think we had one drink. But I just was making excuses in my head of like, everybody makes mistakes. He was cute. I'm journaling to God about like how much I want a boyfriend. He texts me in the middle of it. This is a sign. It was not a sign from God. God would not have played me like that. But I learned I think that, it's truly like fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, shame on me. And that was truly like, I should not have gone on that date, but I learned.
I learned too, like when I went through a bad breakup, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, and I wasn't healed. And so I would always answer the no caller ID phone calls.
Okay.
Right.
Thinking it was them or what?
Yeah. Or just, I knew it was them.
Okay.
And I knew it wasn't healthy to answer.
Yeah.
But because I wasn't healthy, I would answer. But the moment I healed, I stopped answering. Right. And so I tell people, only broken people answer the no caller ID phone calls.
No, that's so true. It's so true. A couple years ago, I dated somebody here that I met in the wild, and I really, really, really liked him. And probably 2 months into us dating, I woke up one morning to a girl messaging me being like, hey, we've been dating like the whole time you've been together, and like, here are the screenshots to prove it. I thought I was going to die, and I was so devastated. And, for probably the next year and a half, like actually, I would say 2 years later, like he'll still sometimes reach out. Yeah. And it's just interesting because I feel like for the first year and a half, probably, whenever he would text me, I'd be like, yes, like still got him. Like he still likes me. And even this year on my birthday, he texted me and I was like, oh yeah, like I still got it.
Right.
And then it got to like, okay, it's been a couple years. Like we're not friends. Like please delete my number and move on. Like, and so I think that's so interesting because I agree with you if like probably in that first year and a half, if I had gotten a call from him and I saw it, I totally would have answered. Right. But now it feels very like wish him well, wish him peace. But I think my heart was broken enough the first time. Like I don't need to wade back in, Nice. He's not somebody that I would be like, time goes, people change, right. It's like, hopefully he has. And next. Yeah. And the next girl will be great for him.
I like that.
Yeah.
All right, GP fam. That's it for today's segment with Getting to Know Abby. We're going to move on to y'all's favorite segment called Tea Time. Tea Time is where we will answer questions. But today, because we have Dady on scene, we are going to ask questions revolving around the dating life. So it's going to be rapid fire. Okay. So start thinking about questions. I'm going to ask you. You got rapid fire time to answer. Okay. You ready?
Yes.
What's more important, love or loyalty?
Loyalty.
Okay. Rate these in order of importance when it comes to relationship. Love, loyalty, peace, happiness.
Okay, I would say love. Oh, these are hard. Okay, I would say
it's unfair. This is my statement question to everybody. But rate these in order: love, loyalty, peace, happiness when it comes to relationship.
I would say peace, happiness, loyalty, love. Is that like so controversial to say?
No. So the reason behind this question is not that I'm like this super powered person, but based on that first word that you use, tells me like what you value and what you've gone through. So peace is also my first one. Okay. And for me, I don't need my person to elevate my peace. They just can't take away from it because I know the price I paid for it. Yeah. Right.
That's so true. Yeah. Well, I was thinking in my head, I feel like, so I put love last because I just feel like you might not always, I don't know, at least for me, I feel like I want to just really like who I'm with. And it's like, I might not always love them and be like, you're so annoying, but like, I hope I like you, and just have, I don't know, I don't know if that was wrong, but there's probably some psychologist that's going to be like, she has issues with her rankings.
I'm probably getting canceled. Yeah.
This is the last episode ever.
Bye, GP. No. Okay. So third one, what is your favorite way to be approached?
Gosh, it's changed now that I'm with Dady,
Okay.
but I think probably at a Dady event, if somebody's there and I feel like if they're at Dady, I just automatically have respect for them. And so probably just like, hey, I love what you're doing. And like, I'd love to talk more. Like, are you free for coffee next week? I don't really like a lot of banter. I want to just go.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'm controversial in that way because.
No, I love it because like, I want to meet face to face as soon as possible.
I hate a pen pal. Like,
same. Like,
I hate it.
But also like, I don't want to come off as a creep. Oh, I want to meet you or whatever. And I'm sure as hell not going to ask that question. Like, what's your sex life? But I want to see face to face. Can we have chemistry?
Yeah.
Like in the real, right?
100%. Well, I just don't enjoy pre-date banter. I'm like, I can ask you where you went to college at the date. Like, let's meet and then we'll see. Because I don't know. I also now, especially, I'm on my phone so much more than I would like to be because of work now with Dady. I'm like, I don't want to be texting you. Let's just meet for coffee. And then if I like you, I'll text you. But let's meet soon. and then I'll save your contact.
Okay, there's the next question. How soon do you give your phone number out?
Like immediately.
Immediately.
Yeah. But I might not save your number for a while.
Toxic.
I don't know. For me, I feel like I clear out my contacts all the time. So like if isn't that crazy? Like I remember after high school graduation, I literally sat and was like, who will I never speak to again? And I just like cleared it out.
I need to do that. I got a buddy that he seriously doesn't save. Of course I'm saved but he remembers everybody's phone number. So he never saves anybody else.
For me, it's like if I save your contact, I'm giving you like access to my life.
Ooh,
it like means you like mean something. And I'm like, I don't know you.
Okay.
So yeah, but I give my phone number out. Like if I'm interested in you, sure, I'll give it to you.
Nice. Okay.
I'm a little bit more careful, I guess, now with Dady. I'll be like, message me if I get a little like weird vibes. But
there are some weird people. Not at Dady. We're not going to say it, but
sometimes.
Just in general. There's
just in general, there are weird people. Okay. Yeah.
Best pickup line you've ever received?
Oh gosh. You know, I'm even thinking about this. I don't think I've ever had a pickup line used on me. I feel like.
Oh, what?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I think if somebody, very rarely people come up to me like genuine, and I'm not saying that to be like, oh my God, so sad. Genuinely, like people don't come up to me. So I think if somebody's come up to me in the past, they're normally just like, hey, what brings you here? Like, I don't know, something just casual. I don't think anyone's used a line on me.
Dang.
I don't know.
Maybe I'm outdated. Because
but I think
I like to be like goofy and I want to be so cheesy. It makes them smile.
Well, my friend, one of my really good friends, she met her, now ex-boyfriend, but she met her ex-boyfriend because he like came up to her on the Inwood Tavern dance floor and like fake proposed to her during Love Story by Taylor Swift. And then they started dating. Like amazing. But that stuff just doesn't happen to me. But yet. We'll see. I probably sound cynical. I hope I'm not.
A little bit, but it's all right. No, you're good. Okay. If a guy asks you on a date and immediately starts talking marriage, what is your first response?
I guess my first response would be, that's great that's what you want. Yeah. I don't know. I think it's rare that people are like so intentional with, I want to get married. So I think that's great. I would probably wonder like why they were bringing this up immediately. But I don't know. I think I would just explore like, what does marriage mean to you? Why do you want to get married? Like, do you want to get married fast? Because like, are you wanting to get engaged in 6 months? Like, how are you feeling? I don't know. I think I'd probably just ask more questions because I don't think that's like a red flag though.
That's interesting because I think the more dates I go on, the more non-rare that question is.
Wow.
Yeah. Like they're like, okay, what does marriage look like to you? Like, what is your time frame? Are you looking to get married? Or are you just looking to fulfill time with dates?
Yeah.
Right. So you saying it's not a red flag almost makes me like rethink. She might not be broken. She's just interested in like what long term looks like.
Yeah. I think that, well, for me, I somebody will ask me like, what are you looking for? And I always just say, I'm not looking for anything specifically. What I just want is, well, I have specifics obviously of like, I want you to be kind and blah, blah, blah. But what I want is I don't want to go through this like BS new generational dating thing where it's like, well, now we're in the talking stage. Well, now we're exclusive, but he's not my boyfriend. But now he's my boyfriend. Like, I don't want that. I just want, if we meet and we like each other and we've gone out a bunch of times, let's just like call a spade a spade. And I don't want to do these games with you. Like, so I think so with the marriage thing is that I just don't think that's weird. It's kind of like if somehow kids got brought up on a first date, I'm like, oh, do you want to have kids? And they're like, no. I'm just like, okay, well, we just don't need to see each other again, you know?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm a big fact finder on dates.
Okay.
And so because I don't know, I want to know somebody. And so
Fact finder meaning by your questions, you're finding
yeah,
these
like
things?
and not being like Nancy Drew, but just, I want to know like what makes you tick? Like what gets you up? What are you interested in? What do you think what's the most important thing to you? Like, I love asking people. My favorite question to ask on a first date is, what does your morning routine look like? Because I think tells so much about somebody. If somebody's like, I wake up, I brush my teeth, and then I go to work. Like, that's totally fine. But I think if you're like, I wake up and I go to the gym and then I pack my lunch, it's like you're disciplined and you're like regimented. And I don't know. I think it's that's so interesting because my morning routine's all over the place because my life is all over the place right now. Yeah. But I just love asking that question. So my questions always on a first date are like, okay, I don't want to know. I want to know where you went to college, but like, why'd you choose that college? And what was like your favorite memory there? That's what I want to know.
You've done your homework. I like it. All right, GP, that's it for Tea Time. Thanks again. Continue to submit your questions. We love having them. Now it's time for my favorite segment called Mic Flip. This is where I, the host, become the guest and the guest becomes the host. So Abby, you have 10 seconds to prep. I need you to introduce yourself as the guest of Going Public. You get to ask me 2 questions. Nothing is off the table.
Okay.
Nothing is off limits. It's my turn to go public.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm Abby Hagen, and I'm hosting today. So my first question would be, what is something about getting divorced that shocked you the most about how you felt about everything?
Ooh. I didn't know how long it was going to take me to heal, right? And not that I was still in love with her, but I loved the family.
Yeah.
I loved like just the getting off of work and pulling up and the kids running. Mm-hmm. I didn't know like the aftermath of like visitation, not getting along, and like the stage where we hate each other. Like I didn't know like that. And so to properly answer that question, I would have to surface with, had I done things better, right? I know I wouldn't have got divorced. Am I happy now? Absolutely. I'm really happy. And we're so different, right?
Yeah.
And she's remarried, all those things, great. But I think for me, I underestimated the pain. Had I really learned myself and really like slowed down and made sure that I was ready, I think divorce would have never been on the table.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
But that's healing. I mean, that's great.
Yeah.
What would you say you learned the most from like your younger self with dating, and then what you could like still implement with that now?
Ooh, I think nothing.
Okay.
I can't implement anything because I was so I married my high school sweetheart, and we were 13 when we started dating.
Wow. Okay.
Got married at 21, divorced at 31.
That's a long time to be with someone.
Right. So I didn't know, like, I approached the pretty, like, you probably don't know what a TI-81 calculator is, right? Like, that's how I asked her out.
Cute.
And like,
wait, I do know what that is. And I'm thinking about it.
In algebra, like, right? All these things. And they taught me like how to message before there was like texting, right? And that was it. And so like, I didn't know how to pick up women. And so like coming out now, it's like, even now at 41, when I'm interested in them, I'm in a season of my life where I don't know how to lie. Right. And
that's a good thing.
Yeah. And so, I mean, people know my past and my history, my ugly, but if you like me, great. If you don't, I'm still good. Right. Type stuff. And so I don't know that I implement my old, like 13-year-old self. Like asking them out, shooting my shot like that, I think there's a confidence in me because I did like heal and I truly do love myself.
Yeah.
That I approach a woman with confidence because I also like know what I bring to the table.
Yeah.
Right. Like not just finances and things like that, but I am a man who is stable, knows exactly what he wants, and then has leveled up a little bit.
Yeah.
Right. And so I come with confidence because I truly believe that women desire a man who is confident,
100%.
who provides stability and security.
Yeah.
Right. And so that's how I approach women now. Right. And I try not to be the creep. Right. I have like shot my shot on DMs before, but I prefer like just the organic way of just doing it. So.
Well, I mean, I also just have to brag on RJ because I feel like whenever you're at Dady, you're genuinely such a light in the crowd and people gravitate towards you. You're always so kind and welcoming. And I feel like the first time we met, I feel like I knew you because you were so friendly over DMs, but then you were the exact same in person. And it's so amazing to see that translate because you sometimes don't always get that. And that's the best part about Dady is that meeting people I truly never would have met. And so you're just the best. And I'm so grateful you come to Dady. And I want you to find love, but I don't want you to stop coming. So it's layered.
I'm going to find love and still show up.
Okay, yes. And then you can start
so now this is a receipt. You have the receipts that these things happen.
Have the receipts.
Yeah, sweet. Hey, GP, thank you so much for tuning in tonight. We love you. Do us a favor. If you like this episode, like, comment, share. But more importantly, go and subscribe right now. But then do yourselves a favor and go follow Abby at
The Dady. It's just _Dady on Instagram and then The Dady on TikTok.
Awesome. Thank y'all so much. We'll see you next Thursday. Later.
Modes on the beat.